Guys, welcome to the Screenwriting Storytelling Lab. I'm Coder J, and I'm here to deliver to you some serious material that can get you on your way in screenwriting. So, welcome to the beginnings of what would be a very good journey, a very long journey. It is slated to be pretty long. I'm here to deliver to you this ability to plug your creative writing on top of the formatting of screenwriting. So for those that are looking to write screenplays or to make a film, if you will, we're here in this lab. I'm leading it as Coder J to get you those semantics. I'm also from a coding community where I also do write code as well, but I'm dedicating this course to screenwriting. So the same pedigree that I use within the coding community, it's the same pedigree I'm using here. The repetition that you're going to receive, we're going to be going over a lot of things, how to write these scripts. So whatever it is that you're working on or want to work on, this course might be very beneficial for you. Again, I'm Coder J, and I'm here to help. I'm here to deliver. This could be a pretty long journey. Stick around and we can take this as far as we need to. We're going to be doing a lot of writing. Every lesson will have a theme. There will be a module in each lesson. But in every lesson, we're always going to write, no matter what. Okay? So there's always going to be a writing exercise that we're going to do. That's why, hence, we call it a lab. So this is the introduction course. We're getting warmed up. Think about this as the start of something new. It is a nice, long path, a journey. Okay? Think of it like any story that we're going to create. Okay? So I'm going to play a role as I show you how to write screenplay, also the creative process. The creative process should flow here in this introduction lesson, right? I'm going to tell you that the creative process as you write a story should flow, right? It should be a flow to what you're doing. Get into a zone, okay? A rough draft, if you will, is always welcome. Then we're going to plug it in. So my goal is that you have something already written, or you have an idea, a creative story, a story to write. You're going to plug that in to the screenplay formatting that I am here to deliver. So in this community, in this screenwriting storytelling lab community with Coder J, I dedicate this course to that. Okay, to writing screenplays. I'm not going to worry about the other things that I'm involved in. This lab is dedicated to screenwriting, so let's focus on that. I bring the same pedigree that I brought in the other industries as a generic writer, as a generic general purpose writer. So we're going to be really working on our creative writing, really working on fiction, really working on storytelling, creating these characters, mapping into real world scenarios, the physics of the fiction world as we embark on our journey. So in this introduction, we're going to continue to kind of work on things, work together on things, talk things through. Everything I'm doing in these modules is real time. This is a creative writing course. It's not a grammar course or English course, right? So along the way, we'll be fixing our grammar and embedding our writing. And if we missed a scene heading, for example, we're going to, correct it, fix it. Just like in other writing I'm involved in, right? It's all about correcting things, looking at errors, correcting errors, So real-time writing here, guys. Screenwriting. Welcome. So we're going to talk about some things. We're going to write some things. We're going to continue. We're going to carry forward. It's going to be repetitive. It's a story. It's a plot. It's a narrative. I'm going to be focusing on third person, third point of view, action narratives. Okay. So when something happens, it's always in the third person view. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at. Okay. That's kind of how I'm going to run the course. Okay. It's just a style that I'm going to use. It's just, it's just how the course is going to run, a third person point of view. Okay. Action narratives as we work through each genre. Okay. Real time. You don't know what we're going to run into. This is a spontaneous kind of course run via a lab style. You don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what we're going to run into. We don't know what the story is going to be and what the twists and turns are going to be. So you and I are going to be writing this thing in real time. Nothing's pre-written. I don't have stories written or anything, even though I've done a lot of writing in my tenure here in my life. I'm here to deliver the skill set behind how to write it. But for this course, I have nothing written. I have nothing preset or anything. This is the introduction. Okay, this is a conversation. This is where we begin. I mean, the journey begins, right? So welcome again. So we got a story, we got a plot, we've got third person narrative, point of view. We've got twists and turns when we create our story. We got all that character development that happens. Think physics, think what we're doing in that fiction world. Things happen, spontaneous things happen. So I'll be writing alongside you guys. You guys can write alongside me. I recommend that. I recommend you writing with me. I'm not going to talk a lot about the other writing that I do, but when I do coding labs, we're coding together, we're fixing issues and errors and stuff like that. It's no different here, at least as far as my style is concerned. Either way, in this course, what you're getting is an ability to write a screenplay and how to do it within structure. A lot of repetition, so you're going to hear something more than once. So when it's all said and done, I'm pretty confident that you're going to have something to take with you. You're really going to know your stuff after you're done here with Coder J. So buckle in. Okay, let's get going here. Let's see what's going on. Screenwriting Storytelling Lab is our community. Let's get started. Let's keep going. Let's make this work for those that are trying to write something, already written something, expanding something, or even trying to make a film. All that's great. My concern is the foundation of how to write it. Okay. And the layer on top of that is the creative ability to put something onto the paper. In this case, the virtual space that we're in. Okay. So a lot to work on, a lot to do, a lot of modules coming up in the course. Again, I'm Coder J, and welcome to the community. You've done well. You've done a good thing by joining this community. I'm going to keep it natural. I'm going to keep it real time because it is real time. It's spontaneous between you and I, and then spontaneous writing and storytelling. Everything is spontaneous and dynamic. Nothing's pre-written. Nothing is really preset here. We're learning at a comprehensive pace. So let's see. We have plot, twists and turns. At the end, we're going to write a full screenplay, and there really is no end really per se, but at least by module 10, Okay, just, I mean, again, this is introduction. We're still, let's talk it through. By module 10, this is all natural, right? Just be natural. Okay, be creative. By module 10, we're going to be writing a full screenwrite for the screen, or for the, that you would see in a movie. Along the way, these are small exercises that we're going to do, small log lines that we're going to work with. I'm going to cover pretty much everything. As a writer and a coder, as Coder J, that's me. I'm going to cover pretty much everything you need to know on how to screenwrite. Okay, so that's pretty much how this works. I'm here, in that writing space to do just that. Okay, to deliver just that. So by module 10, we're going to be writing a full screenplay. I'm going to show you what that would look like. By module 5, we're going to go over every piece of what makes a screenplay what it is. What are the pieces, and what are the foundational pieces to the screenplay? The thing is, in every lesson, we're always going to be writing against a log line. There's always going to be a log line presented to us per lesson or per module, just like any other class you would take. Right? So let's say you took a math class. There's always a word problem. Here's no different. We've got like a log line to work on. We've got maybe 2 pages worth of screenwrite to solve the log line, if you will, if you want to look at it that way. So small screenwrites along the way for practice and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first part of this. So we've got a tab. That's 3 tabs, right? Okay, let's try it again. 1 tab. Okay, let's go back. And guys, we're not wasting any time here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4. Okay, let's go back. Let's go down here. 1, 2, 3. Right? Let's go back. We're starting our exercises right now. 1. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're jumping right in. We're not wasting any time here. This is the Screenwriting Storytelling Lab. This is Coder J talking to you. This is it. This is the building blocks of screenwriting introduction. We're stepping right in. We're getting started right now. Okay. Module 10 is where we start our first full screenwrite. And that's just basically us just still getting started. That gives you an idea of what you're signing up to. Gives you an idea of this community. We got a journey here, guys, and welcome again. The building blocks of screenwriting, starting with something called a tab. Tab 8 means 8 spaces. Very, very important. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we'll get to that in a minute. A tab is 8. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. The title. Cool. So 3 tabs. Let's test it, make sure we got it, right? 1, 2, 3. Now, again, this is not I don't have anything done here. This is all spontaneous. So if we make a mistake, mistakes happen, we'll just correct it. It's all about creative writing. So we're going to not make as many mistakes as we should make, but mistakes do happen as we spontaneously write. So right now we got 3 tabs. That is the title. Okay. And the title of this, the genre of this. So we go 8, 8, and 8 divided by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is an adventure. Okay. So that is how you do your subtitles. We also call them parentheticals. We'll see that again. So your tab is 8. So it's like 2.5 tabs for the parenthetical. The introduction for the title, the parenthetical. And of course, your name, who you are, right? Next. Written by you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your name. Okay, like that. So that's just 2.5 tabs. And you're always going to do what? Fade in. Okay? Always going to fade into your environment. All right? Fade in. All right, now back to the screenplay continuing with screenplay semantics, that is. One page is worth about 1 minute. Your font is 12. We'll be going over this again. You'll be hearing this again. It's all about repetition here with me. You'll be hearing this again. Here in the introduction for now. Your font size is 12. Your style is Courier New. And your page, 1 page worth is a minute. So that alone should give you exactly what you need to write your movie or your film or your show. Okay? So I'm just going to focus on the semantics, but know that 1 page in a word processor is 1 minute. Okay? Okay. So I just want to let you know that, but we're just going to focus on just writing right now. We're just fading into a scene. Okay? So our creative writing skills are beginning to, now we're not wasting any time plugging this thing into the screenplay format, and we're going to be where? We're going to be here, outside, in the woods, in a cabin, and it's dawn. So we're fading into our story, our situation, our log line. Okay, so let me go ahead and just take this out. I'll put that back in a minute. Put that back in a minute. And what I'm going to do is give you the log line. Okay, so log line. Let me see if that comes out good. All right. So just a normal log line, nothing to do with anything, just log line. So this is technically what we're trying to, I guess you could say, quote unquote, solve. I guess from my coding background, solve, okay, if you will. So we're going to write a couple pages to kind of satisfy the log line and see if we can get something going, and we'll work together. After a seemingly perfect trip, here we go. Guys, welcome to the community. After a seemingly perfect trip, 2 friends find themselves in a frightening situation when mysterious footprints and ominous clouds reveal that something is not right. Okay, so let's go back to our screenplay. Okay, so here we are. So we know our log line. Now it's time for us to start writing here in this introduction course. this is an introduction lesson for the course, right? So let's change our genre to this. Okay, thriller adventure, and written by you. We're fading in, and let's go ahead and work on each part. This is the third person narrative action line. So you're going to think, right? So thinking process starts, right? So the wind picks up, and the cloud cover becomes a bit aggressive in the near distance. Okay, so there is gravel road and rocks everywhere. Okay, let's see. So our character is Caleb. All right, so let's go ahead and scroll down a bit. All right, so we have a title, a genre, were written by you, fading into the woods. So you're visualizing woods cabin in the morning there. So we have, let's see, 1, 2. Okay, let's fade in, the wind picks up, and the cloud cover becomes a bit aggressive in the near distance. There's gravel road and rocks everywhere. Caleb, one of the friends, so he's introduced now to the screen in all caps, moves quickly outside from the cabin. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 indents. That's tab 8. I'm going to call it tab 8, guys. All right, so I'm using 8 spaces for my tab. If your tab is, n spaces, divide that by 2 to get the parenthetical. We'll get to all that here in a second. 1, 2, 3. Caleb. 1, 2. 1, 2. 3. So 2 tabs for dialogue, right? So here we go. Dialogue. Hey, what's going on all of a sudden? Right? All creative, real-time stuff. Okay. So, all right. So third-party narrative action line. Okay. This is the wind continues and allows an empty cup to jut across the way. Okay, so there's a cup on the ground and the wind blew it all the way over. All right, so let's go inside the cabin now. The friend is Jared. Jared in the living area is looking out the window. Okay, you're tabbing over Jared. All right, so Jared is now inside the cabin. Okay, and he is 1, 2, 3, 4 nervously. That's our parenthetical. Let's try it again. 1, tab 8, tab 8, tab 8, right? So it's tab 8, tab 8, tab 4. Nervously. 1, 2. Dialogue begins. Okay. Caleb, what's going on out there? Right? So he's kind of yelling out the window. He's inside the cabin here, right? So what do you see outside? So the dialogue is boxy. Okay, as you write this. So you have, and we'll break it down as we keep writing. We'll keep going. Towards the end of every lesson, I'll break down everything, and then we'll take a stopping point for that module. You know, so this is introduction. Module 1's next time, right? We're going to find you're going to find a rhythm after a while here with Coder J. And again, welcome to the community, you know, and everything. And we're here to get, you know, we're here working together. You know, okay, so it's just pretty straightforward. Nothing much going on here. Not too formal or anything, right? Just kind of working through our creative writing. Okay, so now what happens now is he's outside, but we're inside. We're inside the cabin. In cabin, dawn there, right? Dawn is, you know, of course, part of the morning, and it's just kind of like the morning time, but it's cloudy now in the morning. So let's go ahead and get back to our tabs. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of, you know, review here. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so tab 8, tab 8, tab 8. There you go. So that's what's behind the scenes. That's what I'm doing. I'm tabbing. Tabbing is according to the course here with me, tab, I'm calling it tab 8 for our community. It just means 8 spaces. But that tab 8, you're going to learn very quickly that it's a very foundational thing. I'll be using it a lot. It's just something that you're going to get from this community. It's just a proprietary thing that you're getting. And again, welcome. Okay. And you're welcome, by the way. Tabs are very important. Tab 8 times. 8 divided by 2 to get a parenthetical says what? 8 divided by 2. Okay. So let's take a look at that. Tab 8, tab 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, tab 4. See that? See right there? See how it lines up there? We're getting started. We're not wasting any time. We're writing these screenplays right now and putting your creative ideas and your creative story into this right now. So you see how tab 4 lines up with nervously? You see that? See how tab 8 lines up with Caleb? See how tab 8 lines up with Jared? All right, so take a look at this. Okay, so this is 3 tabs, right? 8 spaces. The tab is a tab, and it's worth 8 spaces 3 times. So you go 1, 2, that's tab 4. Jared is 3. So here we go. Jared is 3 tabs over, worth 8 spaces. Caleb is 2 tabs over, worth 8 spaces. Nervously, the parentheticals is over 2.5 tabs. See? The third person action narrative, Jared in the living room is looking out the window. Is no tab, right? It's just no tab. It's margin, right? The margin. We're inside the cabin. It is dawn. Fair enough. All right. So here we go. So we know Caleb is here. Let's work on our dialogue. He is off screen. He's off screen. Okay. So he's off screen here. So here we go. So he's outside. He's outside. So he's outside the cabin. So he's off screen. All right. So now let's work on our dialogue some more. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, all of a sudden, what are those clouds? Okay. All right, let's go down here. Let's go down. All right, so dialogue continues off screen. I mean, all of a sudden, what are those clouds? Okay, so we'll just correct our grammar along the way. Okay, one section at a time. Again, when you're using your word processor, it's 1 page equals 1 minute. But we're just going to keep writing according to our lab. So X cabin X Woods, sorry. Cabin gone. Okay. Caleb looks into the sky. Jared immediately runs from the cabin. Now we're just outside, right? So Jared continued. Okay, so he's continuing. Did you hear me? I what's I mean, man, it's windy. Caleb. Yeah, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a little concerned here. Okay, let's box him up. All right, so box up your dialogue. Remember that. So off screen, because Jared was on the inside. I mean, all of a sudden, what are those clouds? We're on the outside now. Change the scene. Caleb looks into the sky. Jared immediately runs from the cabin. Jared continues from where he was. See, so the last thing that he said, he's just continuing. Yeah, I continued. Yeah, I know that. Okay, I know that. So now we can try to extend. Do you have the keys? We probably should get to the vehicle. The wind picks up much stronger now. Another third person point of view, narrative, action thing going on there. The wind picks up much stronger now. Caleb looks very concerned, very, it looks, taken back here. Taken back. Caleb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's scroll down a bit here. So a parenthetical is ready for Caleb. Caleb. The wind picks up much stronger now. Caleb is taken back. Caleb appears to be taken back. So we can always, modify our dialogue and our sentence structure, our grammar. We could always, change the words or whatever we got to do. So we'll just kind of neaten things up along the way. So what can Caleb feel here? What's our parenthetical for this one? He's taken back. We got a problem. Maybe shakily is something I can find here. Shakily. So we're using adverbs. So in this course, we're going to be using adverbs for parenthetical. So I'm going to make some ground rules for our course. So third person point of view narrative and adverbs for parentheticals. We're just going to stay there as a rule. Of course, there are other points of views that we can use and stuff like that, but third person is kind of our style here. Either way, you're going to get what you need. This guy is shaken. He's shaken by what's going on here. Okay, here we go. We're just going to keep going here. Did you hear that? Just typical dialogue. Hey, Jared continues here. No, I don't think so. Caleb, I really need you to get the keys. Okay. Okay. Let me go. Let me go now and look for that. Okay. So let me scroll down. So we're basically responding to our log line guys, writing a few pages of screenplay in this introduction module to basically get the story started. Let me go now and look for that. We need another action narrative line here. Jared also peers into the sky. Okay. And is suddenly in total shock. I like parentheticals. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I like parentheticals here. I like them. I have no problem with them. I use them more than more than necessary, I guess. I think I believe in them. I believe in the dialogue, so I'll use them as if there's a relevance. Right, like right now, I believe we should use one. I'll get one ready in that sense. Suddenly, he's in total shock. Caleb, hurry. Something is happening. So let's grab an adverb and figure out what's going on with him. So think about this as building a story, like you're building anything. We're here now, here in this introduction module. No rush. We're building it like anything else. We're building it straight off the cuff. It's straight off the ground. This is real time, guys. I mean, write together with me. Think about things you can add to it. We're not copying. We're not pasting. We're not doing any of that really at all. Okay, so think about off the cuff writing. There's no copying. There's no any of that. Okay, this is not an AI course or whatever, where you're pulling from AI and stuff like that. Even though AI can be very informative, okay? But we're not doing that. Okay, you are writing this on your ability and creativity. Really and truly. This is not a tech course, okay? This is not, again, really any of that going on. It's not really a coding course, even though I'm Coder J, right? We're not doing that here. We are writing off the cuff, 100%. Caleb, hurry, something is happening. Let's grab our adverb. Guys, again, welcome. How does he feel? Okay, so I encourage you guys to grab a list of adverbs. And that's your reference point. Okay, you're going to reference sometimes, but it should be at least 99% your creativity, your creative content or approach. Okay, it should be original from you. You know what I mean? So how does he feel here? Something is happening. He's screaming like that. I'm just gonna just kind of go through and see if there's anything that matches that. And I guess it's desperation. What do you think? I guess it's desperation. Desperately. And it's suddenly in total shock. Okay. All of a sudden, we're back inside the cabin now. So Caleb. Okay, so here we are. We're back inside the cabin. Caleb rushing in one of the rooms, frantically looks for the keys. There is a vehicle just outside at the corner of the cabin. We're inside the cabin. Here we go. Jared off screen. Jared, yes, you can also do voiceover too. Maybe voiceover or something like that. He's off screen. He can also be voiceover, and so he's not in the cabin, right? So these are things we're going to talk about here in a minute. I'm going to break it down a little bit. Yeah, okay. We can also we can use voiceover here. His voice is over. We're hearing him somewhere else. Something like that. Okay. Caleb, you might want to see this. Caleb. Okay, so Caleb, hold on. So the streaming, they can hear each other through the window. I almost have the keys. Okay, so let's keep going here. Caleb pulls a bag. Caleb pulls a bag and is able to take a handful full of keys. Still not dawn anymore. Actually, it's morning now. All right, so this is the flow of our screenplay. So let's I take a small stopping point and let's discuss what we've written so far. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, voiceover and off screen. So VO for voiceover, OS for off screen. I tend to use those interchangeably depending on what's going on. You hear a voice, more of a voice. So Caleb, you might want to see this as a voice. I heard this voice, so I'm using VO. Off screen says, oh, he's off screen somewhere. We know he's probably just inside the cabin. And you're just kind of looking at the screen. So we'll be, discussing that, writing that. So right now, let's break it down. We're going to stop here. Maybe one more action line we can write. And we can so we can kind of finish up our log line for this module like this. So the scene shifts to the outside. Caleb is running, holding a set of keys towards the vehicle, towards the vehicle that's parked. Okay. Jared, aware of this, clouds getting darker, runs towards the vehicle as well. All right, so I think we're good for now for this particular introduction writing exercise. That is how you're going to format your screenplay with your creative idea. Okay, so let's step through our screenplay here and figure out what goes where. And this is a good introduction because it sets things up for module 1 and the other modules. Remember, module 5, we're going to go over this in more detail, the pieces of a screenplay. Module 10, we're going to write a full screenplay, which may take a couple more modules after that. Then we're going to go through all kinds of different situations as we keep going. So you're going to eventually see every single thing you can do in a story that's written on top of a screenplay and its formatting and its semantics. So think about what a journey this could be, as you join this community with Coder J. What does this look like by module 20? What does this look like by module 30? What creative, twists and turns and pathways can we take here? We can do a whole lot with our creative writing in this community, in this course, in these modules. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning and finish up. Okay, and again, welcome to the community here. You're going to tab 8. Remember, 8 spaces 3 times for the title. It's a thriller and an adventure. You're written by you. Fade in on the margin. We're in the woods. So you got a title. It's a thriller and adventure for the genre, written by your name. You're always going to space. You're fading in, space. Externally in the woods, cabin is dawn. Third person action narrative line. The wind picks up and the cloud cover becomes a bit aggressive. And again, the grammar will be corrected along the way in the near distance. There's gravel road and rocks are everywhere. So always, clean things up as you move along here. So Caleb is in all caps because he's introduced as a character. One of the friends who moves quickly outside from the cabin. So you can just be creative here. He's from the cabin, dramatic. We're being dramatic now. Caleb, hey, what's going on all of a sudden, right? They had a peaceful trip over the log line. They have a peaceful long trip. They thought it was a fun escape. Everything went well. Everything was good. I mean, it was a sunny day and things were really going well for them as they were escaping from their other, as they were vacating and escaping from where they were escaping from. A good vacation, that is, in the wood, in the cabin, in the woods there. Camping and stuff like that. The wind continues and allows an empty cup to jut across the way. So that's another action line there. It's the third person view there. And we're inside the cabin now. It is still dawn. Jared, introduced in all caps, living area of the cabin, looks out the window. We went over our tabs just now. So tab 8, tab 8, tab 8. So tab 8, tab 8, tab 8, tab 8. Okay, Jared. This would be tab 4. Okay, so we're gonna bring you back. Okay, so again, that's how we're tabbing. It's tab 8 is 1 tab of 8 spaces. So you have 2 tabs here. So we know that you see 3 tab 8s. That means 3 tabs. To get to Jared, tab 4 is right here. So tab 4 is right here. See, right there. You see my cursor? So it's 2 tabs and a half, 3 tabs for Jared. So if that's still confusing, we're coming back to it anyway. I'm going to talk about it anyway. I am all about the repetition. You're not going to hear the end of it repetitively with me. We're going to talk about tabs again. Don't worry. Nervously, okay? Caleb, what's going on out there? What do you see outside? Dialogue, right? parenthetical nervously on that tab 4. Caleb off screen. So I'm going to just say, okay, he's off screen. Off screen from where? From inside the cabin. Okay. So I just choose that he's off screen. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. So maybe from that shot, it's more of an off screen thing. And we know he's off screen. So I'm just going to choose that. It's, you're the writer. You're the one that stays constant. You're the one that's creating the story. In this community, we're going to, again, understand the semantics and continue. So you can decide, okay, whether you want to use off screen or voiceover. In my experience, I mean, really and truly, you can go either way. I'll leave that choice up to you guys. I mean, all of a sudden, what are those clouds, right? So we're back outside now. It's still dawn. Caleb looks into the sky. Jared immediately runs from the cabin. Jared continues from what he said from the inside there, right? Jeremy, man, it's windy. Yeah, I know that. I'm getting a little concerned here. Jared, do you have the keys? We probably should get to the vehicle. So do you have the keys? We probably should get to the vehicle. A lot of urgency here in this log line story that we're dealing with. The wind picks up much stronger now. Caleb appears to be taken back. So again, Caleb shakily is our adverb for the parenthetical. Whoa, did you hear that? No, I don't think so. Caleb, I really need you to get the keys. Okay, let me go now and look for them. So suddenly he's in total shock and desperately, Caleb, hurry, something is happening. Now we're inside the cabin. Caleb rushing to one of the rooms. Now you can see a pattern. See, there's a vehicle just aside at the corner of the cabin. So here we go. Here we are in that voiceover, right? So in this shot, if you will, inside the cabin, it's more of a voiceover. We just hear his voice all of a sudden. Caleb, you might see this. It was more of a voice that gets you than the fact that he's off screen. So it depends on how you visualize that. Hold on, I almost have the keys. Caleb pulls a bag and is able to take a handful of keys. All right, we're back outside now. It's morning, but it's cloudy. Okay. And we know that from our action narrative, right? So we're running, we're holding a set of keys. Jared, aware of this, clouds getting darker. So we know that from our third party action statement there. So we're ready to jump into the vehicle and drive. So that's the next. So if you think about it, our scene will change. They jump in the vehicle and just drive. So we're outside and we can say, okay, let's say they jump in the vehicle and drive. Just a little preview on what the scene heading will be. So this is a scene heading. Woods, trail, morning. So it will change to that or something. See, so we're constantly changing scenes and so on. So guys, good work today on the introduction. Again, welcome. This is the introduction to Screenwriting with Coder J. This is what we're going to be doing. This is our virtual space. This is where we are. One module at a time. Okay. So we'll meet again soon. Welcome again to the community. Guys, I'll see you soon. Take care.